Alright, hello fellas. Welcome back to my guides on the Kingdom Hearts 3 data fights, all set to critical mode. Today we're planning on tackling Xigbar, and really quickly before we get into it, I just wanted to shoot a quick thank you to everyone who managed to get this channel up to 100 plus subscribers just from the series alone. Hitting that threshold kind of meant a lot to me, and I felt like it warranted a shout out to you guys at the very least. So thanks so much. And I hope you stick around for the long run, just because I plan to have more gaming related content past just these guides that come out, and maybe even some finance related topics, because I love talking about investing in personal finance. But that's down the road. Let's get into the Xigbar data fight for right now. Here we go. So in the case of this guide, I think it makes the most sense to talk about all of Xigbar's potential openings rather than do a full moveset analysis on everything Xigbar can throw at you, simply because if you're doing this fight correctly, you're going to be interrupting him before he has a chance to start his moves or midway through his moves. It might also get a little redundant for me to continuously say block his shots, which is what a lot of this fight is. He's going to start off the fight by creating this donut kind of shape of a stage. You can't cross through the middle, you can't air step through the middle, and he'll shoot a couple volleys at you. So best thing to do here is to just reflect the volleys that he sent at you, which will also interrupt the mind shot that he's trying to cast at us, and then immediately go into a couple thunders to stagger him and move him on to his next move. This move will have Xigbar shoot a blue arrow similar to the one from Kingdom Hearts 2. It ricochets all around the stage with the intention of being this unpredictable projectile. It's actually pretty predictable. If it's coming close to you, chances are it's going to hone in on you, so block accordingly. Block the projectiles that he's shooting at you also, and then look for this opening when he starts running along the top of you, shooting down on you. As soon as he gets his last shot in, air step to him and start a combo. He's vulnerable right there. You can also interrupt this move before he starts it by air stepping to him. However, it's hard to do when the stage is in this donut shape simply because you're not allowed to air step through the middle of it. I'll show you guys a little bit later what that'll look like. So when he's throwing down arrows from the sky, I recommend staying on the complete opposite end of the stage because the arrows will never reach you anyway, and just block all of the incoming shots he's throwing at you. I haven't found a safe opening here, so just kind of stay away from it altogether. When Xigbar fires in this exact sequence, notice that his voided hands leave him open for a counterattack. Best way to hit him is to let the third shot from those voided guns hit your keyblade and then immediately go in for your air step and counterattack. I genuinely apologize, fellas. I don't know how to describe any of these moves because it's just Xigbar shooting for all of them. And when Xigbar shoots like this, do that, and when Xigbar shoots like that, do this. I'm gonna leave it to you guys to mostly kind of study these patterns and see what specific openings I'm talking about here. So this is an example of that move I was describing earlier that you can interrupt before it even starts, the blue arrow. If you anticipate this, and it's always going to come after that sequence I just described, after you finish your combo on that, just look immediately to the other end of the stage where he's going to teleport to fire that blue arrow, air step to him and start your combo. Don't let him get that move off. You'll save yourself some time. This move will have Xigbar trying to bait you into an attack, but it's not much of a bait because even if you bite, the shots that he fires will be very reactable. Look for an opening in the flurries that he shoots right afterwards at you, and when he runs along the side and finishes shooting, air step to him and get a combo in. I want to make a quick note about the mine shots that he throws out occasionally. If he's grounded and he shoots out the mines, they're going to lay along the floor, and they'll home in on you after like a second. But they'll home in only on the ground level, so you can avoid them just by staying in the air and then blocking the shots he sends at you afterwards. He is technically punishable here, like you could air step directly to him after he shoots out those mines, but because they hone in on you a second after, you end up getting hit even if you started a combo. A better instance to punish this attack is if he fires it at you from the air because the mines will not hone in on you afterwards, so as soon as his shot is over you can air step to him and get a combo in. So after you've blocked enough shots from Xigbar, you'll notice that your situation command gives you the prompt for something called Showdown. Showdown's interesting in the sense that if there's a move that you don't want to deal with, and you hit the Showdown button, it cancels Xigbar's move and automatically throws you into this minigame. And this minigame is basically just a question of like who has a itchier trigger finger. Pretty easy to win, to be honest. Just hit X before Xigbar can get a shot on you, and you deal a good chunk of damage, and you get a free combo off of it. But I find that it's also really good for just skipping moves that you don't like to deal with. Xigbar's DM has 3 separate stages, the first of which you can get through simply by moving counterclockwise and dodging through the attacks that Xigbar throws at you. Second stage is a bit more complicated. You're going to want to glide around the stage to avoid the arrows falling down at you. After 2 volleys of those have passed, come down, and then dodge through these arrow walls that kind of divide the stage into quarters every time you see the center of the stage start to turn black. That's going to be when Xigbar pops up and when you'll need to immediately dodge. To get through this last section, just work from the outside of the stage and start spiraling yourself inwards to give yourself as much breathing room to kind of get through that last part of the DM. When Xigbar unleashes the volley of arrows from the center of the stage, keep your cool. Try and stay just above ground to avoid the vines, and then move to the outside of the stage and just block everything that you see incoming. More than likely, the arrow storm coming from above you will also hit you during one of the times that Xigbar's regular shots are hitting you. So it's just going to be like you are deflecting another volley of his shots. After his DM, be careful of the move you used to punish where he would run along the ground and shoot at you. He's going to throw in another flurry of shots that if you try and punish at that moment you used to punish will just end up getting you hit. But immediately afterwards he's going to follow up with his attack where he voids his arms out. Again, punish after the 3rd shot is hit your Keyblade and just air step to him and attack him. Also after his DM, be hyper vigilant to interrupt his blue arrow attack, because he's not only going to shoot out 1 arrow, he's going to shoot out 3 blue arrows, and he's going to fire unblockable shots at you at the same time. There's no real safe way that I've found to get through that attack. I'm sure there is one, but it's way easier to just interrupt it before he ever has a chance to get it off. That's going to do it for this guide on all the openings and movesets I think are worth covering. As always, if you like the video, please consider leaving a like and subscribing. Thanks again for getting me past 100 subs, and here's hoping to many more. Stick around for the no damage run coming up right now, and expect the new fight to be coming out, again, as usual, in a couple days' time. But until then, thanks very much for watching. Peace, fellas.
New backdrop!
Back off! Back off!
Think fast! Heads up!
It's over! Back off!
Watch it!
Back off!
This one's special! So what do you think? Heads up! Heads up!
See ya!
Hey, watch it!
Yeah! See ya! Strike!
Gotcha!
Yeah!
Heads up! Gotcha! Hey, watch it!
So long! Try this! Yeah!
Think fast!
See ya! Take this!
Let's Let's make it interesting. Ha! You can't get away. You better run. Start dancing! Heads up! Gotcha! Heads up! You better run!
So long! Here we go! Right! Yes! Yes!
Gotcha!
It's over!
Hey, watch it! Heads up! Heads up!
Yeah! Back off!
Think fast!
Yeah! Back off!
Hey, watch it! You better run! Gotcha!